realistic expectations for DeMeco Ryans. Let me set this up real quick because he came off to me a phenomenal performance against Dallas. But, and maybe people disagree, I asked DeMeco, he looked at me like, who the hell do you think you're asking me about this? But the way I saw it was, I didn't like the way he called that final drive. It was too easy for Dallas to get those 3 completions to get out of bounds. Maybe he played it right because the clock ended up running out. But anyway, it was close on that last drive, closer than it needed to be. And they gave it up against Green Bay at the end. So my expectations with DeMeco, at least my question for you is full game and then the very, very, very end if it's close.
He's going to have to dial up those blitzes like he did at the right time because the 49ers don't blitz a lot. They get there with 4 and they're able to play sound defense on the back end. But there's going to be those times where Rodgers just needs a little bit of time. And the way that they negated the pass rush in the first game was obviously chipping Nick Bosa, but they had the short game clicking, and Rodgers wasn't standing there in the pocket. He knew better. He was just getting rid of it. Remember, Bakhtiari didn't play in that game. He's probably going to play in this one. Jenkins didn't play in that game, and the 49ers just assumed they were just going to get in there and rough up Rodgers. But Rodgers was smart for that, and so was LaFleur about getting the ball out quickly. So it's about timely blitzes, like as you saw on that 4th down where he sent Jimmy Ward and he brought everybody, and Dak still almost made a play. Tart was there in position, but it's going to be about the adjustments. If something's not working, if something isn't clicking the way that you thought it would, like if the 4 are not getting there, then you might want to send a 5th. But you can't do that all the time because now you're sacrificing your back end. So it's really about being the situational stuff. And it's really about when to send the blitzes, when to change up things that aren't working. And I feel like DeMeco's done a really good job of that in game, especially when you consider it's his first year.
Is it realistic to expect DeMeco Ryans not to let Davante Adams single-handedly win this game? Is that, or is he just so good there's nothing you can do?
I mean, there's a little bit of both. Again, you can't stop Davante Adams, right? But for a large portion of that Bengals game, Jamar Chase wasn't doing much, right? And then eventually it happens, right? Because that's what's going to – so I think you have to limit it for as long as you can because it's still a world where you have to realize that Davante Adams is probably the best wide receiver in football right now.
Yeah, he's not going to get 3 catches for 35. You're not going to do what you did to CeeDee Lamb last week,
right?
Which is really what the Cowboys did to CeeDee Lamb. But, I mean, if they could keep him to under – you think they can keep him to less than 100 yards?
Yes, but it's not likely. I think that there's still a world where he can get like 105 and a touch, and they still are fine in this game. Yeah, okay. They're still fine. And like it can't
where's
be
one
of
those coming from, right?
Right. Exactly. And it can't be one of those games that he just had like against the Vikings where it's 11 catches for 134 and a touchdown. Like that can't happen.
That can't happen.
No.
That's a realistic expectation. That can't happen. No, Aaron says DeMeco and McDaniel should run it back one more year with Lance at quarterback.
I think they will.
Yeah, but these coaches don't look at it that way. They look at it as strike while the iron's hot. We could be awful next year. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people sink their stock by just by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna put more stuff on tape and improve." But I don't suspect that with both of those guys. McDaniel, that's kind of been festering, and now it's hit a fever pitch now. And especially after that Mike Jones reference, man, his stock is through the roof at this point. And with DeMeco, I think that this is the first time that he's going to be put through it. But if he puts up another season like this, he's gone next year.